First of all, welcome. I can't believe how many people we've got here today. I really didn't expect this many. But welcome to Trudering here in Munich for the 67th anniversary of the Munich air disaster. I'm looking around, there's lots and lots of familiar faces again. Lots of familiar faces, lots of new ones as well. Honestly, United supporters just never ever let us down in terms of this, so thank you very much. Thank you. This is going to be I think this is going to be a tough gig to get it to get there on time. Okay, a few people. First of all, let me introduce myself and the Triple MF. So it's the Manchester Munich Memorial Foundation that is obviously doing the service here. We've done it for a number of years. We are basically a charity. We are 22 volunteers who carry out all the work. We raise money for different charities, for hospices in Manchester. We've got two charities here in Munich called Picasso Libero and Buntkitgut. Both of them are here today, or representatives of them are here today. We raise money for them because the people of Munich have been absolutely fantastic. They have looked after this place, honestly, and and just to let you know, when you arrived here today, you will have seen, how clean it is, how good everything is. Can we please make sure that when we leave it in the same, tidy state that we found it today?
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, thank you. Other people that I need to thank and that are here today, of course, we've got Andy Cole here representing Manchester United. So thank you, Andy. And for those of you that come here regularly, you'll know that this isn't the first time that Andy's been here, and he's been to this service before. I remember 2 or 3, maybe 4 years ago, whatever it was. So thanks again, Andy. Other people that we'd also like to thank, we've got the Malta Supporters Club here again. Absolutely fantastic. For those of you that don't know about the Malta Supporters Club, the air crash happened in 1958, and literally within a year they had set up the very first supporters club in the world. So they are the oldest Manchester United supporters club in the world, and we have got people here, including Joe Glanville and Joe Tedesco, who are largely responsible for that. So thank you very, very much. Really quickly, we've got the Red Docs of Munich. Now, I need to tell you about the Red Docs of Munich because they are a group of people who, well before any of this was built, were coming here and looking after, the memorial there. They were doing everything. Now, they are mainly people who are doctors or in that field, in the medical field. They do everything that needs to be done in Manchester Platz. They were responsible for having this renamed as well as Manchester Platz. They are here today. They're led by Mark Salzman, who is over there. Thanks, Mark. He's over there. Fantastic. And close to him is somebody else from the Red Docs called Rudy, and he is responsible for the showcase. So that is tidied up. New items are put into there, and obviously other ones are replaced, etc. So thank you, Rudy, as well. So they're two people. Very quickly, we need to thank FC Bayern Munich as well. Anything we need, we contact them, we ask them, and they will provide for us, as well as the residents here. You can see from the flags up there and the flags elsewhere, all the residents here are absolutely fantastic and help us. So all of those, thanks very much. Amongst you today are supporters from the US, from Greece, from Malta, as I've already said, from Holland, Australia, all over the world, and they've come just for this service today. So thank you very much, all of you that have come from far and away. So we're here because obviously it wasn't just the Busby Babes who sadly died. It was 23 people in total that died. We're here to honour them, to honour all of those people, and not just the people who died, but also the people who suffered as a result of that crash. The Busby Babes, I mean, they were fantastic. There's many of you here, you know, we've got fans here, supporters here, who saw them live and you know, and said that they were the greatest team that they've ever seen. Really, really sad. It was really, really sad. But what I do want to say to you is, even today, only a couple of hours ago, we were receiving messages from. So, for example, got a message today from Duncan Edwards' first cousin. She's 92 years old, and she sent a text today to say thank you very much for the service in Munich. You know, Duncan would have been absolutely thrilled with this, and you know, thanks to all the supporters who will be out there today. That was from, you know, Duncan Edwards' first cousin. Only, I think he's got 2 first cousins left. That's all he's got left of his remaining family. So that's, yeah, so that's from Duncan Edwards. The Association of Former Manchester United Players rang yesterday and said, you know, can you thank everybody for turning out, thank all the supporters, and so again, I'm passing that message on their behalf. We've got John and David Kiva. I'm just going to ask them. You've got them there. Yep.
Names, yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to ask John and David to read out the names of all of the people who died in that air crash.
Okay, yeah. Jeff Ben, Salford.
Roger Byrne, Gorton.
Eddie Coleman, Salford.
Duncan Edwards, Dudley.
Matt Jones, Barnsley.
David Pegg, Doncaster.
Tommy Taylor, Barnsley.
Liam Billy Whelan, Dublin.
Walter Crickmay, United Club Secretary.
Bert Wally, United Chief Coach.
Tom Curry, United's trainer.
Captain Kenneth Raymond, co-pilot.
Bella Miklos, travel agent who arranged the trip.
Willie Satinoff, United supporter who was about to join the board.
Tommy Cable, airline steward.
Alf Clark, Manchester Evening Chronicles.
Don Davis, Manchester Guardian.
George Follows, Daily Herald.
Tom Jackson, Manchester Evening News.
Archie Ledbrook, Daily Mirror.
Henrik Rose, Daily Express.
Eric Thompson, Daily Mail.
Frank Swift, News of the World. Thank you.
Okay.
In the snow where hope turned into despair, a team of dreams was left broken there. February skies were heavy with tears, the crash etched grief for countless years.
The Busby Babes, so young, so bold, legends in reds with hearts of gold, but fate conspired to clip their wings, yet still their spirit forever sings.
Through smoke and wreckage, hearts still cry, yet from the ashes never say die. The souls of those that fell that day keep the flag flying, come what may.
With every trant from Stretford End, we honour the heroes, the ones who defend. For Manchester stands, through hearts may ache, with pain that no disaster can break.
I don't really know what to say, Andy. I know you've been really impressed with how many people, certainly last time, you were really pleased, weren't you?
Yeah, you've got to be. Keep turning out every single year, you know, it's phenomenal. I think when you have the experience of playing for Manchester United and realising just what's happening and how it makes you feel, it's very, very special. It's an honour to be here again.
Thank you, Andy. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. And I think it's probably a good time as well. Andy was one of our greatest goal scorers, phenomenal player, legend. We all know, brilliant. You know, those 5 goals against Ipswich as well will always, hopefully, stay in the record books. But can I just say at this stage, I think it's a good time also to remember that we lost another legend only in the last couple of weeks or so. Another fantastic scorer, probably one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. A lovely man, Dennis Law, and I think we should pay our respects to Dennis Law as well. Okay, 2 minutes starts now. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for that. Okay, and the second wreath will be laid by Andy. And the third wreath will be laid. We've got Nigel Young, who's here with us. This is Nigel with the bagpipes, and Nigel he's not only a bagpipe player, he's a big United fan, season ticket holder who comes out and go for it.
cold and bitter Thursday in Munich, Germany. 8 great football stalwarts conceded victory. 8 men will never play again who met destruction there. The flowers of English football, the flowers of Manchester. Matt Busby's boys were flying, returning from Belgrade. This great united family, all masters of their trade. The pilot of the aircraft, the skipper, Captain Thane. 3 times they tried to take off and twice turned back again. The 3rd time down the runway, disaster followed close. There was slush upon that runway and the aircraft never rose. It ploughed into the marshy ground, it broke, it overturned, and 8 of the team were killed as the blazing wreckage burned. Roger Byrne and Tommy Taylor, who were capped for England's side, and Ireland's Billy Whelan and England's Jeff Bent died. Mark Jones and Eddie Coleman and David Pegg also, they all lost their lives as they ploughed on through the snow. Big Duncan, he went too, with an injury to his frame. Johnny Berry and Jackie Blanchflower will never play again. The great Matt Busby lay there, the father of his team. 3 long months passed by before he saw his team again. The trainer, coach and secretary are a member of the crew. Also 8 sporting journalists who with United flew. And one of them was Big Swifty, who we will never forget. The finest English keeper that ever graced the net. Oh, England's finest football team, its record truly great. Its proud success is mocked by a cruel turn of fate. 8 men will never play again who met destruction there. The flowers of English football, the flowers of Manchester.
Coley, it's not your first time here. How did you find it this year?
Emotional. Like I said, it's not my first time, and you know, to be welcomed back and to understand it, which I do, and just to be around it all, you know, very emotional. Lovely service again, and the turnout every year just seems to get better and better.
Speaking of emotion, you walked up to the crash site. What was that like?
Crazy. I'm actually saying to myself, how was actually even an airport there? Never mind a runway, you know. It doesn't look like it's got enough room. But it is what it is, and you know, just seeing it and experiencing it is, surreal. Surreal, definitely.
Does it have quite an eerie feel when you're there? You've obviously seen the footage, and then seeing it in real life, it doesn't seem like it's possible, does it?
It doesn't, no, but I think just standing at the memorial, I think that's where it's a little bit eerie, you know. The vibe, and it's just, you know, I think for me personally, to know that I've played for such a special football club, and one of the reasons I want to play for such a special football club is reasons like this. You know, you continue to fly the flag, you know, you want to win, you want to experience what Manchester United is all about, and to be able to come again, you know, I think puts everything into perspective for me to know that, you know, I've added my little bit to Manchester United, you know, because these guys have gone before me to lay the path for me, you know, so yeah, it's very, very special.
And there were a lot of fans here today. It's amazing how many people turn out every year for this, isn't it?
It is, like I touched on, you know, every year it just seems to get better and better, more and more people turn out. And once you understand it, you get it and you want to be involved in it. To be involved in the fabric of this football club is very, very special. And like I said, to be invited back, you know, it's a great honour.
John, you read the names out in the service. How was that for you?
Fantastic, really was. Obviously, being a huge Manchester United fan and having David aside me was absolutely superb. I loved it.
David, just explain how it came about. How did you manage to get to do that?
Well, my mum first applied on a website, and it just put a luck that we got chose to do this, and it was very good. We enjoyed it a lot doing it.
And has your dad been teaching you all about Munich and everything that happened?
Yeah, he's always taught me little information about things like to do with it, and it's just learning from him really about the event.
It's like sort of being passed from generations, like from my granddad to my dad, and then obviously to me, and obviously I'm taking it to my kids and stuff like that, and it's just a generational thing at Man United through and through.
How important is it to literally keep the flag flying high?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime thing to do this, and it's just been a wonderful thing for us as a family to do. It's been great.
And were you nervous at all reading it? There was a lot of people there.
Yeah, being nervous because obviously there was no microphones and stuff like that turn up. I thought, well, right, we need to raise up our voices. He's normally quiet, but I told him there, just do it, mate, and he did. Really proud of him.
Rick, how good was the service this year for you?
Yeah, it was fantastic, unbelievable turnout, hundreds of people here. I think Triple MF have done a fantastic job, as they always do, in organising it. Lots of support from the Red Docs and Munich organisation, and yeah, just fantastic to see so many fans coming over to pay their respects.
Yeah, there was hundreds. There's a lot of people make this trip every single year.
Yeah, it seems to get bigger every year. I mean, I think the sort of milestone years, 60, 65, we know are going to be big, but actually every year now there's a really good turnout, and it's great to see, new people here as well as a lot of older familiar faces that come every year.
Having Andy Cole down as well to support it, it's always important that the legends come down as well, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I think it means a lot to the fans when players come and pay their respects as well. And I think it's an incredible, important part of the club's history, and the players all learn about it when they join the club. And it's great to see Andy here today paying his respects.
Ifty, well done on the service today. How was that for you?
Thank you. Yes, well, the first surprise was how many people turned up. It was just, we were expecting maybe 300 or 400, and we're looking at the police are telling us that there were upwards of 800, which is more than last year. So we were really, really pleased at that many people. I thought the service went really well. I thought people enjoyed it, and wasn't it fantastic seeing so many young people there today? It wasn't just the people who come every year. I mean, we've got hardcore that come here no matter what. But there was a lot of new faces there today. Lots of new, some young people, some children, and they're the generations that are going to be taking over from us. So that was really pleasing to see.
Yeah, how important is that? Because we've got to keep the memory alive, haven't we? And bringing the young people here and educating them is vital.
I mean, absolutely, you've nailed it. That's exactly what it's all about. And if we can sort of pass on the baton to the next generation, and then hopefully they will, take over the jobs that we're doing, and they'll pass it on to their children, and their children will pass it on to their children. It's so important. But I think the cause for optimism is absolutely huge, because every year it gets bigger, doesn't it? This service gets bigger and bigger. What happens is when we had the 60th, we had a few thousand. When we had the 65th, but the ones in between normally are not hugely attended. For us to have over 800 people for a service like this, and remember, most of us, or a lot of us, were in Bucharest only last week. Only got back at the weekend, so fantastic. Well done to the United supporters.
And people come and they lay wreaths, they put up flags, they put up scarves. It's fantastic to see that every year, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, honestly. And these wreaths, if you look at them closely, they are beautiful, aren't they? And we've got all these organisations. I mean, you'll have heard today during the service, we were saying that the Malta Reds were coming and putting a wreath down, the Austria Reds were putting a wreath down, etc., etc. And these people put the wreaths down every year, not just when the television's here or not. They're absolutely fantastic. They've got these flowing ribbons. I don't know if you know this, but what we do is when we put the Manchester Munich Memorial Foundation wreath, you can see it down there. It's got the ribbons. What we do is later on we will take those ribbons away and we frame them. We frame the ribbons, and they're in a beautiful frame. And then every year at the Triple MF dinner at Old Trafford, we present that to one of the families of the Busby Babes. So, for example, last year we did it, and we presented the frame with the ribbons to Duncan Edwards' family, and they were absolutely delighted. They still send messages saying they look at the ribbons every day. So
You said at the beginning of the service that you got a message from Duncan Edwards' cousin as well.
I did.
It's nice that they recognise the hard work that you're doing.
And it was totally and utterly unexpected. Betty Cooksey is the name of Duncan Edwards' first cousin. She's 92 years old, and her son, he's called John. I mean, he's quite an age as well. And they sent the text through, got it through about maybe an hour or so before the service itself, just saying thank you very much, it's wonderful, what you're doing with the service. Can you thank all the supporters who are out there? And we're really, really grateful, and that Duncan would be looking down and would really be happy with all of this. So yeah, wonderful.